In part 2 of this scenario development, we created a perfectly usable simple scenario. Now we're going to add 2 additional trains which will be run by the computer. These are called AI trains for artificial intelligence. We're going to place our first train at the north end of this simple route. We've been through this process before, so I'll let you watch. Just a note here, this is an engine which I repainted for my own use, so it's extremely unlikely that you've got a copy of it. Going to add 3 additional repainted passenger coaches. Add the driver as we did before. And now we're going to go directly to programming using the timetable view. Going to scroll to the north end here to take a look at where we put our new train. There it is. And notice it's called Service 1. Well, at the top of the page here, we've got to select Service 1. So this will be the program for Service 1. We've been through this process before, but this time, after we renamed the train, we're going to delay its start by 1 minute. So we're going to set this to 15:13. Can't check here because we already have a player train. Leave that unchecked and it means that the computer will be running this train. Need to give it a destination. That's the reason why we have an error. Now AI trains can be sent to any location, but it's most reasonable to send them to something called a portal. When the train arrives at this portal, it will essentially disappear from the scenario. This means the train won't be around to block the progress of any other train that we are routing. Now, probably no need to add a waypoint, but just for review, we're going to use the waypoint operator and make sure that this train travels down the main. Looks like we've got a valid scenario since there's no error in the bottom of the screen, so let's do a save. Now we're going to add a third train. I'm going to start this one on the passing side. We'll start this train on time, but we'll use a different programming command to have it stop before it moves out to the portal. I'm going to skip the process here of adding all these freight cars and resume by adding the driver. Back to timetable view. There's our new train, and again, it's named Service 1. Service 1 is the default name. It'll always appear with our new train unless we have failed to name a previous train, in which case it might be Service 2 or 3. Renaming. We'll let this one start at 15:12. Which is a time that we're starting our scenario. We're not clicking here. And we're setting its priority. Close the programming step. Need to add a destination next. And the final destination will be the north portal. Now for the new operation. We're using this icon right here. And this will allow us to stop the train. It's essentially a waypoint with the possibility of putting a delay in, where the train will stop at this location. Going to stop it at a marker called the north end, just before the portal. And the normal delay is 20 seconds. That's the default. We're going to lengthen that delay by clicking here and changing that number to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Close the step, and you can see we've generated no error. We have a red route shown on the map, so let's save it. When we click OK, we're back to our scenario. We'll be taking a look at running this scenario in part 4 of this series.